And welcome into Rebecca Crochet. Today what we are going to learn is how to make a headband or ear warmer. I keep calling it a headband, but it's actually an ear warmer for my ears for when it gets cold. And what we are going to do is, this is known as the Cobble stitch, and I cannot remember if I have this on my channel or not, but I liked this stitch. It creates a very patterned textured stitch. I don't know if you can see it, but what you're going to need is, there, you can see it like that. What you're going to need is your crochet hook, pair of scissors, if it'll focus, and a needle. And the crochet hook I used was a 5.5 millimeter hook, Susan Bates, of course. Then I used Hobby Lobby. I love this yarn, and it is in Toasted Almond. It is, it calls for a 5 millimeter hook. I do crochet tight, so I used a 5.5. This is 7 ounces, 199 grams, 355 yards, 325 meters, 100% acrylic. I guess it calls for a 5.5. I was reading knitting needles. Shame on me. So I did use the right size hook. This is also a 4 worsted weight yarn. You can do this with any yarn that you want. Lightweight, heavy, bulkier weight. Can't talk. Whatever you want to use. Your multiplier is 2. So as long as you have a multiple of 2, you can get this knocked out fairly quickly. It didn't take me but about 20 minutes to do this, and that's recording and everything. So let's get started. Okay, we are going to start off with a chain of 80, which I've already done to save time, and then we are going to single crochet in the second chain from the hook. So 1, 2, we will single crochet and single crochet all the way across in every stitch. This stitch is a multiple of 2, so as long as you do even stitches, you should be okay. And this is I think this is going to make a very nice headband. I'm sorry my things are up late. I was trying to put one up yesterday and ended up with a migraine, so I had to stop. Today I feel a lot better, so that's a good thing, but I had an appointment this morning, so this one is going to be out late as well. But I guess better late than never. Now you can do this smaller for a smaller person, larger for a larger head. Everybody's head is different. This will fit me because I'm wanting ear warmer headband type thing. I wear my hair in ponytails a lot, and so I usually either do a ponytail messy bun hat, I guess is what they call them, so my ponytail sticks out the back, or I will use ear warmers when it gets a little bit cooler. And I was going to do this one with the Northern Lights yarn, but I decided I wanted one more neutral, because I can still wear this with the Northern Lights. And like I tell you always, your first row is always your fiddliest row. So I will be back whenever I get my single crochets to show you what we do next. Okay, now what you want to do is you want to make sure that you don't twist your yarn, that it stays the same way, the top on the top, and you are not twisted in any way, shape, or form. And you want to come back to the top or to the other side, pull that other side around making sure you're not twisted, because then you'll have a Mobius headband and that won't work. And we are going to connect our two pieces to the top of our stitch to make it round into a circle. And it should be looking like that. And whenever we get done, we will weave in our ends down here to make it go together. So now we are going to chain one, turn our work, and we are going to single crochet into that very first stitch that we just did. And then in the next stitch, we are going to do a treble crochet. And then we are going to single crochet in the next stitch. And we are going to wrap around twice, pull the yarn through, bring up a loop, pull through two, pull through two, pull through two. That is your treble crochet. Then a single crochet. This is called the cobble stitch. Wrap it around twice, pull through two, pull through two, pull through two. Every other stitch is going to be a single crochet, and then the next one is going to be your treble crochet. Until you get around to the other side. Single, treble. And I don't know if I told you, but you should turn your work and not down here. You should turn. I turned my work, so you should turn your work and go back the other direction. But this is what we're looking like. This is the front side, and this is the back side. Single crochet, and then treble crochet. And I will be back whenever we get to the end and show you what we should do next. Okay, we're coming to the end. We stopped on the single crochet. We started on a single crochet, so we're gonna stop on a treble crochet. And we are going to slip stitch into the first stitch. We're gonna chain one. We're gonna turn our work. And we are going to single crochet back into that same stitch. And in every stitch across, we are going to single crochet all the way back around till we get to the first single crochet. And as you get more to hang on to, it won't be so hard for you to work your stitches. And I don't know if you can see what I'm doing or not. But my stitch is right here. This is my stitch, so it's kind of facing a little bit backwards because it's pulling down that treble crochet. And this one definitely is going backwards. But it's pulling down the treble crochet to meet the single crochet and creating this bump texture on this side. See those bumps? And so if you need to, you can flip your work up just a little bit to see where you're putting your stitches, to make sure your stitches are going into the right spot. I feel my way around, and you'll get to where you can feel your way around when you do this enough. You'll be able to feel them on the back side. My middle finger on the back side is feeling my stitches. And I do it without thinking about it now. And you'll get there. And whenever we get back to the other side, what we're going to do is repeat the single crochet, treble crochet. And we're going to do that until we get our headband as wide as we want. We repeat the second row and the third row until it gets as high as we want. And we're on our third row, so make sure you turn your work or it's not going to look right. Your bumps will be going inside and outside if you don't. Or it'll go on a diagonal. It'll look really funny. A lot of people don't like to turn their work. I just think it makes it look better when you do. Plus, this pattern, if you don't turn your work, your scrunches are going to be on the opposite side. You're not going to have these on the outside, they will be on the inside. If you don't turn your work. And I will be back whenever I get finished with my, I'm trying to crochet slow so you guys can see what I'm doing. But I'll be back whenever I get it all the way around so you can see what we do next. Okay, I'm back to the beginning of my stitch. We're going to slip stitch into the top, skipping the chain one that we did. I'm going into the top of that stitch. We're going to chain one, turn our work. And like before, we are going to start with a single crochet, then we are going to do our treble crochet in the next one. We're going to do this all the way around, just like before. Now I will say you can go up a hook size if you prefer to have it a little bit looser. I wanted my ear warmer to be a little bit tighter and snugger. I wanted my stitches, we have a lot of wind here, and so I wanted the ear warmer to actually not let the wind cut through as bad. If you don't have wind, then go through you know, you can go up a hook size or two. I went down a hook size of what I normally do. Just because in the wintertime and I'll be wearing this in the winter, I make my stuff a little bit tighter than I do for the stuff I wear for the spring and the fall. Unless I'm looking for the drape, and I'm not going to be wearing it outside very much. And I will be back whenever I get this to be the same size. Like I said, you repeat the second row and the third row all the way till you get your headband to be as wide as you want your headband to be, or your, not headband, but your ear warmer. And I will be back to tell you how many rows I did and let you know what you do from there. Okay, so I'm at the end, and you want to make sure that you end on a single crochet row, not a single crochet treble crochet row, because we start with a single crochet, we're going to end with a single crochet. We're going to fasten off, and all that is just slip stitch, cut your yarn, pull it snug, and there you have it. Now to weave in this bottom one, because of how we did it, so we wouldn't, that's a trick that I do so that I don't get my deals twisted, my yarn twisted whenever I go and put them together. I always do the first row, then stick it together. We're going to weave in our end, but I'm going across because it's coming out over here, and I'm going to go across to shut this up, weaving in my ends, and then I'm going to go up into my ear warmer to the next row. Whoops. And I could stop right there if I wanted to, but I like to go back the other direction. I like to do 3 different directions on my stuff so that the things, when they're going to be worn a lot, you want to be able to know that they're not going to come apart. So whenever I know it's going to be worn a lot, I will weave in my ends 3 different directions. That can be back and forth 3 times, or it can be up and down and back across. But you want to make sure that you go 3 different directions with it. And this one I'm just weaving in on the bottom. Then we're going to go up, making sure we don't go back in this hole where we're coming out. We need to make sure we skip a little ways over. And then we're going to come back the direction that we went before. And then we can cut our work here, and our headband is done. You can make a headband just really, really quickly like this. Headband, ear warmer, whatever you want to call it. This is the back. You will have a little bit. You can pull this out. Don't pull this as snug as I did. You can work with that and get it to where it's more even, and your bottom more even. This is your back. That's all people are going to see. That's the only line, so it's not really that bad. If you don't like that line, you can scrunch it together, wind some yarn around it, and make it decorative. You could put a button on there, or you can just leave it like it is and wear it on the back of your head, which is what I will do. And there you have it. There is our ear warmer. I only had to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I did 9 rows, counting the very first single crochet row, not my chain row. Or 1, 2, 3, 4 of my single crochet treble crochets. But it makes a really textured, nice headband. And with that, we're done, and I will see you on the next one. Have a great day.